Are you sick of the ordinary world? Do you want to escape to a place of wonder and danger for a while? Do you suspect you may be the chosen one? Then climb into this astonishingly roomy wardrobe as we unlock the secrets of portal fantasy world building. Portal fantasy is a popular subgenre for middle grade and young adult audiences, but modern stories have given it a grown-up spin. In this video, I'll explore what portal fantasy is, share some famous examples and common tropes, and show you where to start with portal fantasy world building, as well as what you can leave for later. Let's dive right in. Portal fantasy is easy to define. It's right there in the name. This subgenre features characters, often kids, who travel from their own reality to another magical world via a portal of some kind. And yes, you, angry person getting ready to leave an angry comment about Isekai. Isekai is a subtype of portal fantasy, and it's not the only one. The two are not synonymous. Yeah, I see you. Sorry, everybody else. I'm sure you're all lovely. Your portal can be a physical doorway, but it can also be something less obvious. For example, in The Wizard of Oz, the portal was a tornado, or a head injury, depending on whether you're talking about the book or the movie. It can also be technological, like the Oasis in Ready Player One. Like Secret world building, portal fantasy combines elements of the real world with a fantasy realm. So what's the difference? In a secret world setting, the supernatural world is usually a hidden or disguised society that coexists with the mundane world. Think vampires, demons, or aliens. But in portal fantasy, your other world is an entirely different, separate reality, and usually characters must cross some kind of threshold in order to reach it. If you want to learn more about secret worlds, by the way, we have a whole other video you can check out. Go watch that after. So the best place to start world building a portal fantasy setting is literally the entry point. How do people get in? You'll need to decide what form the portal takes, then consider who can cross over, and how and when they can get back. Or even if they can. And most importantly for portal fantasy, why this character? Because portal fantasies are a metaphor for coming-of-age stories, also known as a Bildungsroman. So why does their journey matter? To the other world, to our world, and most importantly, to their own story. The trope is usually about teenagers, but it doesn't have to be. You could totally do a middle-aged portal fantasy, which I learned during writing this video is called a Reifungsroman. Either way, take some time to flesh out who this character is and what this big coming-of-age moment might be. Puberty, menopause, or some other major life milestone. The World Anvil character template is a great place to do this, and it's rich with writing prompts to give you ideas. Because whatever your main character is dealing with, once they fall through the rabbit hole, they can never unfall. Your protagonist will be fundamentally changed, transformed. Lean into that. Of course, you can't stop there, otherwise you'd have a portal and no fantasy. You've described the exit from our real world and nothing beyond it, so your next step is figuring out what your main character is stepping into. To begin with, you'll need to understand the basic rules of the other world. Is there magic? Can animals talk? Do the rules of the world, like day and night, or even time, work the same way as they do in our world, or very differently? Next up, what's happening in your other world? Has something gone terribly wrong? Is there a great injustice? This big core conflict will usually lead into the next element, how your main character figures into the story. Is their goal just to survive and get home, or do they want to restore peace and order to the land? End the eternal winter? And what growth will they experience along the way? Of course, even if you're a pantser or impro GM, you'll need to sketch out where your protagonist first lands. What location or situation will they fall into? This will affect their understanding of and reaction to your fantasy world, so it's really important to consider. World Anvil templates with expert created prompts, just saying, will help you figure this all out. Use the natural laws and conflict templates to lay out your essential backstory. Refer back to your character template to work out your protagonist's goals and role. Use the settlement and landmark templates to think through the character's first impressions. So now you know where to start, what don't you need to worry about? At least at the beginning. Well, don't get bogged down with extensive backstory for your portal fantasy world right now. There's no need to go back to the literal beginning of time like the magician's nephew. That's not shade on C.S. Lewis, by the way, but there is a reason that wasn't the first published book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. In fact, Portal fantasy worlds often have a dreamlike fairy tale quality, which can make your initial world building a less is more scenario. Focus on a few evocative, metaphorical or thematic details, or even the sensory details your MC will first encounter. This isn't the moment for an exhaustive history or a detailed explanation of how the magic system works. And it's totally okay to be vague about whether or not there are other ways into this world. In fact, I'd recommend it, because it leaves you open to more stories later. World-building a Portal fantasy setting is a wonderful way to kick off your RPG campaign or novel in a familiar place, then leap into big creative swings and heightened emotional stakes later. It can literally be the best of both worlds. If you want to learn more, we have a free short course on how to start world building, which guides you through creating a new world in 10 lessons. Just create a free World Anvil account and you'll find the course in the top navigation bar. And if you want to learn more about the other 3 world building blueprints, you can check them out on our channel. While you're there, be sure to like and subscribe for more world building advice delivered directly to your YouTube queue. And until next time, grab your hammer and go world build.